So you know, like
This is my first time.
no,
If you can't tell. This is my first time. If you can't tell.
we can tell.
Yeah, we can't tell.
Really tell. Anyway, all right, cool.
I'm also gonna. I'm not copying
That's what I thought you said. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the
Welcome to the Middle of Podcast. This is a podcast about the journey of life, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. And today I have got two of my siblings here. But before we get into that, my name is Mako Kadzianike, and I am your host. Please do make sure, if you're watching on YouTube, to like the video, to comment, to leave a 5-star rating if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of our podcast streaming services. If you're watching or listening, make sure you share the podcast with your friends, your family, your aunt, your uncle, your dogs, your cats, if you have cats, and so on and so forth. But it is great to have you guys back. We are continuing our relationship series. This is episode 4 of our relationship series. So you got to meet Chiwe, you got to meet some of my other friends, you got to meet my parents, and I'm meeting my siblings. So, quick introduction.
wow.
Hello, I'm Tasi Kadzianike, Mako's youngest brother.
Yeah, I'm Tadi and Kadzianike. I'm the second born.
So, just like that, I'm the firstborn, he's the second, he's the third. And yeah, so just gonna get into it. Please quickly just tell people a bit about yourselves.
Like, what must I tell them? That's
Whatever you want them to know. Whatever you want them to know.
Okay, fine. Second year university student. Working at
Working man.
Hey, I work at Bigger Tilly as an external auditor as well. So I'm trying to become a chartered accountant.
Hey, my accountant,
yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I love sports, anything on land specifically. Nah, bro, I'm a landowner. I can't lie. All land sports suit me there, but once we hit the water, I'm G, bro.
It's tricky.
I'm G, bro.
It's a tricky one still.
That's pretty much about me.
Dope, yes sir.
We I'm actually adopted brother, yeah. No. For me personally, I'm studying investment management at Stellenbosch University. If you're from Stellies or Cape Town, hit me up after this. my socials gonna be in there on the bottom of the description.
Yeah, toot my socials.
What are your socials?
At Tadi Cads. I can't think of the other ones. I have too many emails.
Cool. Nah, for me it's just Tasi.Kadzianike. Nice and simple, short and sweet.
Nice and simple, short and sweet.
English,
Come on,
English.
You know the vibes, YKTV, baby.
Okay, yeah. And me, I probably same thing as him. I like doing sports. I like being active. I hate reading. That's one thing I'll say. And music, I like anything. Yeah, as long as it's like nice and chilled. I'm more on scenic vibes these days.
Hey, why
I
are you
like
listening to country, bro? What's that?
Now I listen to every country. Let me put you on Morgan Wallen right now, bro. I'm telling you right now, that guy will change your life.
I don't know what happened when you went
Of
to
all the
uni.
people that would have expected to listen to country, I feel like you're like one of the last.
No,
but I'm not surprised.
Though.
I'm not
like
surprised.
you know, I listen.
I think I remember you were listening to like some. Was it like some Portuguese, Brazilian? vibes?
Yeah, bro. I'm on
I
there.
get you.
That's workout music. Like you have to be on that. I can't lie. Yeah. But yeah, besides
You have a
that,
playlist.
Huh?
A playlist.
Yeah, I have one.
Gonna share the people's.
Like,
Put
okay,
it in the
should I
description.
actually?
No,
Okay,
put it in the description.
G.
How are you gonna share?
I was excited, bro.
How are you gonna share it now?
Please. I was actually excited, dude.
Copyright.
Copyright. Oh, my bad.
Just as we also saw it, I do want to apologize. We are having for that sound. The air conditioning system in the room is wanting to keep going on and off on its own. So please do excuse us while we get that sorted out. But yeah, these are my siblings, my bros.
Yeah.
Angie Schlatt. My youth and
Hey, my
soul.
youth.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
So I do have like some questions here, of which they don't know what the questions are because
Didn't get a
um,
preview, guys.
I
I've tried.
didn't tell them. I really try my best not to tell any of the guests the questions that we're going to talk about, so we get their most true and honest response to whatever it is that they're doing and how they feel about something or their answers to a question. So I think just to start us off, how long have you known Tasi for?
Bruh. Bro, what? What? What are you
No,
talking about right
I
now?
think I think one of like I think it's always interesting when you grow up like with just brothers only. I think I do need to say that these are my only siblings, so we literally only boys
sister?
in the cabins.
Yeah.
There goes that sound. So we're literally just boys in the house. Yeah. So I think that. So what are some of like your memories of growing up?
I knew this question was coming. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Nah, I didn't see it on
I knew it was
I
coming.
didn't see that coming.
Okay, I actually didn't see that. I thought it was maybe a bit different. I don't know memories growing up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tasi came when I was like 3 years. I don't think of anything before Tasi. I can't think. Like just me and
Anzi Mako wasn't memorable.
dude. No, I was 3, bro. I don't know what you.
It's
I
tough.
don't know what
You're
you
conscious,
expect,
bro.
bro.
Tough in these ends, bro.
You tell me a memory
Personally,
from when you were
I
3.
remember, dude, Mako used to like carry me all the time, dude. I remember
Those are facts. I won't lie. I actually got so touched. When Tasi got up and was like, I don't want to be carried anymore. I was like, what you mean? What you talk about? That's what I do. So I'm a big man, but I did do that quite a lot.
Yeah.
I actually did.
You see,
for sure.
Tadi, memories, bro.
That is very.
I
true.
cherish my memories with my brother. I'm like,
That was so PR, bro. That was so PR. No, it's calm. It's
No,
calm.
but yeah, what are some of your memories? Like childhood vibes.
I don't know. I just know that we used to like do a lot of things together because we're around similar ages. I suppose it's 3-year gap in between all of
I
us.
think what's actually pretty dope is like the way that like so I don't think our parents planned it to be that specific.
Of course they do.
But I think the 3 years they did plan.
Yeah.
But beyond that, so we're 3 years apart, and then he's born in March, he's June, I'm September, so it's 3 months apart. Then the days of which we're all born as well are like exactly 11 days. So he's the 6th, he's 17, I'm 28. So it's like 3 years, 3 months, 11 days. Not in that exact order, but like
In
yeah,
some shape.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I mean,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
so like, yeah, we're 3 boys, so obviously we spend a lot of time in the backyard playing with each other. I remember we used to play soccer a lot. So, yeah, I think that's my
playing
major
with each
memory.
other or together.
Bro, to me, that's the same thing. I don't know if my English is lacking, but yeah, I know we used to just play. So, yeah, being 3 boys, that's just about my biggest memory, to be honest.
I didn't say biggest, I just said.
Well, that's just about my memories. It's just we were always active together. That's about it.
Facts. Yeah.
He's telling a story. Because I can tell a story.
Do whatever you want, bruh.
Okay,
I'll tell you,
this
please.
memory will probably never leave my mind. So like since I was alive. See?
Ah,
It's actually
no.
good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, go.
Good.
Go.
You know, still living at because we're in a lot of houses.
Mm.
So you know, I came in at Ettington.
No.
Okay, I just remember Ettington.
Okay, go
So I
on.
You
remember,
can't
like, we
disclose
used to-
which road we live in now, okay?
No, yeah,
Why?
don't worry.
Owns will start going looking for it.
Dage is at land.
Dage is land.
I'm joking. I'm secretly not looking for a Dage.
You know I can't win, cuz. I was like, I hope I win.
You actually just not win.
Nah, I can't win. Bro.
Try. So those guys out here
Okay.
blinking.
Oh, can I also?
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
I can
it's
sort of
okay. It's alright.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're at Grayston Park. Okay. We're in Ettington Road, right? I'll even say the number, but I can't remember.
No,
Nah,
no need.
nah,
No
nah,
need.
Yeah, we're there,
Yeah.
right? And we used to like cycle after every day. Well, that's the memory I have. That we used to cycle like in the evening.
Mm.
So these guys had like a 2-wheel and a tricycle, right? Then we used to have like a route around the house. So we'll go around the thing, and I remember I couldn't complete it, like, cause I think I was too young or something, but I couldn't complete it. And these guys wouldn't let me stop until you completed the thing. I'm telling you, I hated it, but every time, like, the day that I did eventually complete it, I was so happy.
Yeah.
And it was like such an accomplishment. And like since then, that's like those memories I have. That's like, you've always made me push towards something that's like, that's almost like people don't expect you to be able to achieve it, but obviously the people who are around you
My
are like,
brothers,
nah,
man, yeah, man. Hey,
You're welcome.
Pushing all the time. Come on, baby.
yeah, pushing
Let's
P,
go.
bro.
And pushing P.
Oh, I can't
Nah,
say
that's
that.
dope. That's dope.
Someone.
No, but I think for me, some of the things that I do like remember in general, is we did play outside a lot, like a lot, like a lot.
There was no CSI.
Like there was no sense.
No,
But even if there was zaps, even if there was zaps, so
Yeah, cool.
Nah, it's
No.
because there was a ban, like there was a TV limit.
Oh yeah,
We used
okay,
to
yeah.
have a
So
limit.
when we grew up, like we were only allowed to watch TV like
Shout out
during
mom and dad.
weekdays. And shut up, mom and dad. They were here last week. You should have come last time around. But when we used to like during the week, like Monday to Friday, well, more like Monday to Thursday, because Friday would like go to this thing called Awana, and then after Awana, you'd like you could watch TV. Really, there was no
Probably
pressure.
I imagine
Yeah.
you was sleeping.
So
But-
let's just go sleep.
But I do remember like Monday to Thursday, you could only watch TV 2 days a week for only 2 hours, like a day. So like I think it was initially Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 hours only. Then when you get to like the senior part of junior school, you'd start playing sports on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you'd start watching your TV on Mondays and Wednesdays. Again from 3 to 5. Yeah. So I remember it sort of forced us to play outside a lot.
So can I say something?
So,
Can I say
yeah.
something? Well, that's for the older children.
Oh my
Yeah, you see, I'm the youngest, so like my one was different. For me it was just like 12 during the holidays it was 12 midday. After that I can do whatever I want. So yeah, that's just the little difference.
Yeah, it's because they started getting lazy.
They got soft.
And they got lazy. They were just like,
Oh, they started getting
like,
lazy.
that's okay. You'll allow us to figure it out.
He'll figure it
No,
out.
but
Go
I
as long
never,
as you want
but I
to
never
go.
had the TV because he has to be on it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
as
So
we
either
should.
way, it would like balance out, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, like as much as we were watching TV, you also had like your own like PS Vita. So you had your own thing going on.
Just let them have pity on me, bro.
Because on that thing, bro, you could watch YouTube, you could play
Yeah,
games.
nah, I did everything.
You essentially had your own
Yeah.
TV technically.
In your
That 24
Yeah,
my
hands.
pockets.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
time.
All the time was nice.
I hate it all the time.
But yeah, no, what I remember is playing out a lot because we'd play football a lot. So a memory I do have was actually like going to the farm and like Kuna Sekuru and stuff, like our grandfather, and playing like my uncle. His name is Lewis.
Louis.
So we support. Well, I guess do support Liverpool.
I don't like football. Football makes
Okay.
me pissed.
Tasi
Sounds
doesn't
like one
Tasi
like-
doesn't support football
it does,
anymore.
bro.
He was never able to pick the right
It was-
team.
It was, yeah. It was
That's
one
the-
weekend, bro. Can I tell the story? It was this one weekend, huh? I remember it was Super Bowl weekend, right? Liverpool, I know it was the Euros. So I ended up picking England in the finals, right? England got banged, penalties, right? My NBA team got banged. I stayed up to watch Patrick Mahomes get banged by Tom
Buccaneers.
Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, and after that, I went into depression for like 2 weeks. During lockdown. And I couldn't, after I was like, no, I quit sports, bro. I cannot support this.
You don't support any team.
Nah, in any division. I like players. So I support Steph Curry. I like Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Giannis,
Yeah.
Formula
Shout out
One,
to
Lewis
Timo.
Hamilton, but he's too arrogant for me. I
yeah.
can't lie. Like, I might go to
Oh.
the Ferrari boys, huh?
The
I don't know.
clerk.
I only like him because he was black.
Nah.
The more I follow the sports, it's like, nah, he actually is quite arrogant.
Now listen, Lewis is my guy. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite sport is Formula One. Lewis is my guy. But I do like all the other races except for Max Verstappen. So it is what
Yeah,
it is.
nah.
Yeah, we got a certified hater, yeah.
I didn't say I hate. He
That's
does.
okay.
I don't like him.
I personally don't mind. I like Max Verstappen.
Tadi just
I
likes
like
people who are aggressive because he's an aggressive one.
Yeah, I've
Tough.
got a problem
Yeah,
with that.
You can already tell.
Never trust the Max Verstappen fan.
Yeah, Max Verstappen sounds.
Hey.
Anyway,
Let's get off topic.
No, that's calm. So I think like it's always interesting when you grow up like with your siblings as well. Or you grow up at the same time because I think you go through different stages of life at different times. So for example, I think most people who are moody are teenagers, particularly between like 14 to like 16-ish. They tend to be like moody. So I think when I will speak for myself, I was very moody. I like how they're being quiet because they're like, yeah, facts.
I think you're worse at 17. When did you start driving?
I'll say like 17.
Yeah, when you were 18, that's what.
17, 18, 19.
That's when I was what?
Yeah.
19, I was on my gap
Because
year.
you had a car.
On my gap year. I think on my gap year, I just didn't care. I just did my own thing.
Nah, when you got a car, best believe, folks.
But you
It's
lost
tough times.
all change just wow.
Dog, let me.
It was-
Okay, so I'll tell this now because it's a story of trauma from my life. Okay. So
funny though.
when Mako got a car,
Hey, hold
right?
on. But didn't we like have good?
I used to know.
Hey, leash,
I
leash,
love
leash.
Mako.
You say what?
I love Mako driving me after school.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. On.
There were
Those are
times
good
when
vibes,
Marco's like, hold the wheel, and then I'm
Hey, why are you tuning this? Leash.
Tasi, you're a liability behind the wheel.
on.
Even I tried to do. There was this one time. I was like,
Hey,
yo,
why you
Tasi,
tuning on?
I'm Rossi. Anyway, it's not that deep. I was like, yo, Tasi, do you wanna jump behind the wheel, park the car? Then he's like, yes. And so I was like, come, jump into the whip. Does he not almost crash? He almost crashed into the wall, bro. Like I was
That was
actually.
my
Hey,
first
no,
time.
but-
do you know how
but-
far? It was like
Not
this.
before I
Hey,
started
there was a time I let you like we're already in the gates, so it wasn't illegal.
Yeah.
I'm already in the gates, and I'm like, hey, Tadi, just park the car. This guy steps on the accelerator. I'm like, hit the brake. Even more. I'm like, bruh.
When you
Yeah,
start
nah,
stressing with
it's scary time.
Nah, the
And
first
I'm
time
there, like,
driving,
I
okay.
don't know. So I just like lifted the handbrake, and then he just let go, and the car stalled, and it stopped. But I was like, but shame.
That was romantic, man.
I was gonna say no. Listen, before you continue with your trauma.
Yeah,
story-
okay, let me
Hey,
get back.
chill,
No, let
chill,
me get
chill.
back to my.
I was gonna say no, but weren't the rides back from like school, like mom,
Like the
listen
music
to
was
albums
nice.
together,
Yeah, that was nice.
good
bro.
vibe
Nah,
out,
I liked
talk one,
I liked it.
yeah.
Can't lie, I liked
Yeah,
okay.
that's one side of the story.
it.
You must always listen to two sides. Two sides. So my side, right? It mainly stemmed around Fridays, to be honest. Cause like so at this church there's this thing called Awana, and youth actually as well. There's youth and Awana. So youth starts at 7, ends at 9, right? But for some reason, Mako would like to come at 5,
Tasi had a one,
right? Okay.
Tasi, no, you
Nah,
had
best
one.
believe.
Even if I didn't have a one, so
Yeah, he'd
No,
like
it's
to
true,
come
no,
at
it's
I'm
5.
trying to say my
No,
name.
because
And-
let me tell you why. It's because I was chilling. So my homies and I would chill before youth, like so we'd meet up at like 5:30, and go like get like chicken or ice cream, mostly ice cream. Like by the food court close by.
Yeah.
So I know time become.
And then after youth, we would stay for another like hour.
Hours is fine, like 30
No,
minutes,
because
bro.
you got a ban afterwards. Remember, mom and dad gave you a ban. Time to get home. I can't forget my trauma buddy Lemuel. He held me through. I won't lie, because he was also stuck down here. So I mean, you having a
Look,
car
it
was a
helps
bit
you
tough.
become
bruh.
best friends.
Nah,
Look at
that
you
doesn't
now.
matter.
Look at you
dude.
now.
That doesn't
Living
matter.
together. Should you put some clips on?
Yeah.
No.
Send that.
We don't want you to get arrogant. We don't.
Yeah,
Wanna keep it.
especially-
Yeah, especially this guy. Yeah. All right, no.
Accusations.
Those late items I didn't smoke. That's why I never liked isn't those like church events, like those like conferences. I hate them. Not even because I like the actual church part, like I love the church part. But
Yeah.
after church I couldn't.
Mm.
We'll be going there at 8 a.m, leaving at like 4, 5. I couldn't do that.
So
I hate
It was
it.
tough.
talking about the church thing, like, I think, well, given that people probably watched the last episode, if you didn't, go back and watch the last
The
episode.
link for the.
It'll be over here.
Oh.
At this point, I will put it up here. Yeah,
there.
right there.
Thank God.
And if you click there, you'll be able to watch the episode I did with my parents. But if you did, you know that our parents are pastors. Given that they're pastors, how did that shape like your own relationships with God and with people?
Wow. Why are we looking at me first?
I couldn't.
Oh, shut up. Nah.
No, I think it
Answer.
was it's a good grounding. It's a good like foundation for you to have, because I feel like you spoke about it in the last part as well, that mom and dad would always do.
You watched?
Yeah, I watched.
Ah.
I have to do my research. I have to do my research on my podcasters guy before I come on.
Also, he's a celebrity.
It's just
bro.
be
I
out
think
there.
like he doesn't want to happen. The other day,
Jeez.
so this
He
guy,
acts hard.
he acts hard, guy.
Yeah.
But the one day, like I hear like the starting song, I'm
Yeah.
like, So I enter his room, I see the son watching, I'm like,
Yeah, you just talked about it, that meme. When no one's like on the laptop, then someone walks in.
And he goes,
Anyway, yeah, I feel like they did do like a good job in putting like the foundation of it.
I don't know. It's sad. I just mean, how's your relationship?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
They're trying to.
continue.
I think he's dead, bro.
If this was Sean on Ronded Zero, bro. Huh?
Okay,
I hate
but
that.
and then after
Stems with
what
patience.
did happen was I was able to like settle down and like try and figure out my relationship with God for myself 100%. And going through that was nice and was good. And then also sometimes challenging dad or like throwing questions at him and having
Yeah.
him like come and answer some of them is quite interesting.
That's promising.
That's been my experience so far.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
For me, I've always had the perspective of like my parents aren't they aren't who they are because they're pastors. They're pastors because of who they are.
Yeah. You just keep finding it.
That was more.
I think that's like 8 there. I was like,
I was waiting for the reaction of
Just,
that.
yeah,
Okay, anyway, anyway, what was I saying? Because
Your parents are not pastors because
No,
your
okay,
parents-
gee,
whatever
gee,
you-
gee.
whatever you're
Yeah,
saying.
for me, personally, I'll say, I don't know, because thing is all I've known, so I can't really say that as shaped.
No, but like,
certain-
yeah, but like, what I mean is like, do you think like it's helped you in your Christian walk? It's helped shape like that,
But-
or you're like,
But that's the thing. But like, gee, when every day when you're a child, right? So up till like 10, my dad is coming every evening reading me a Bible story. Like that's all I've known.
yeah.
So I don't know.
But for
I
some
can't
people,
really
they're then like,
answer that.
oh no, I had too much of it, so I'm gonna like.
Okay, fine. But yes, okay, fine. With my
You know what I'm
my
saying?
parents, they never like put. But thing is,
They force
no,
you.
like, but the thing's like, okay, like I didn't want to go to Awana at a certain point in time, but I started to go.
Yeah.
And it seemed like youth, there's a certain point in time I don't want to go to youth.
Yeah.
But then I started to go to my parents until they said, no, it's okay, you don't have to go anymore. So again, it's like,
But those times when you're sort of being pushed towards that direction helpful? Were you forced? Do you feel like you're forced?
no, I
pushed?
wasn't. No, I wasn't forced.
You're pushed in a direction, or you forced?
But I don't know. I think that's too much of a tagged, loaded question because I feel like I'm gonna run on this with this.
Go
I
for
Go
don't know.
it.
on.
Go for
Okay,
it.
yeah.
G, okay, G.
Yeah.
And I was based on I'm going back home. Oh, my school fees, you be yes. Now I'm taking my parents aren't like that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't know because all I've known. So at the same time, I can't really say that it's like, because for me, my perspective is that it's all I've known. So it's like, when you've only, let's say you grow up and you're told 1 + 1 is 3, for example.
Yeah.
It's all you know.
Yeah, but
so,
like,
so it's like this.
like,
is
so
the
maybe
thing,
let me
I
put
can't
this.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, with you going to uni now, 'cause
Yeah.
now like
No, but
you
now I've
don't
had
really have
experiences.
them.
No, but now I don't even think I wouldn't say my parents had. I've had experiences with God where I'll say, okay, gee, the only thing I can explain this is God.
Okay.
So, and I've gone through. I haven't gone through some like trauma, but I've gone through things that feel like.
yeah,
what's
you
the
weren't
word?
me when Mako was
Relatively.
18.
No, like they're like relative, like the things that for me personally as a human being, like for me, Tasi,
Yeah.
that have really hurt me, that I've gone through, and the only person I can say I can lean on was God.
Mm.
So it's like,
But did
When
you lean
I-
on him because you knew he was there, or it
yeah.
was one of those where like, I don't know who else to lean
But
on?
I know He's there because it's all I've known.
Mm.
So you see, it's like that, yin and yang. They say that.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I went to no philosophical wave there, bro. Something was Kanye or something, bro. It's a little.
Anyway, no, that's dope. I think for me, I think I might have said this before that I don't feel like I was forced to go down there. Like you always have your own choice and you have like your own pace that you take your walk at as a Christian. You know what I mean? For example, most of my friends got baptized like between 13 and like 16. I only decided to get baptized like in upper 6, so that's like 18ish, because I was like, I'm not ready. But I was never like forced to do it by my parents. So it was just be like, and you're like, nah. They're like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like it was never like, you must. But I think what I do remember is like us being children and doing like quiet time.
Oh, one thing I'll say
Yeah.
is that I love that we're Christians.
Oh.
Like I very much. No, I'll say it now. Cause I feel like before.
After you,
No, I'll say it,
Literally,
No, no. You got me.
It's
bro.
like the quality control thing.
No, but genuinely, like, because I just want to say it now before I forget, but having a relationship with God, at least to me, I don't know about your beliefs, but to me, it's extremely important. And like not even times when I'm struggling, when I'm happy, like it brings me peace at all times.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, there are times when I think, I get inside my head a lot that it's just like, okay, this isn't really that important. Okay, let me now. Okay, every day I wake up, I read the Bible, it clears my head. I'm telling you, there was a period of time when I wasn't waking up reading the Bible. I'm telling you, my whole life, like the whole day was just like,
I'm telling Dad.
Yeah, you know he'll come and
He'll come with his
stick, bro.
Hey,
I'm joking. I'm actually joking.
I am making him sound like,
Nah,
hey, he
bro,
doesn't.
That's an amazing father.
I'm actually joking.
Yo, that's not even funny.
Hey, no, you can cut it out.
This
You can cut it
proper-
out.
We're not cutting it
I
out.
don't know why you're singing
want
me
people to
out.
know how bad your
What's
jokes
wrong
are.
with you?
It's not even fun.
What's wrong with
It's not even
Why
fun.
do you have the jokes?
It's not even fun. Nah. If you don't want, get out.
But yeah.
You know,
Get out-
okay,
hey, get out.
I'll say
Get
this
out,
quickly.
get out.
Like, being three brothers is kind of like tough sometimes. Because when you're the guy under fire,
It's tough.
there's two people.
It's
There's
tough.
two people at you.
So you know what,
and
like,
the problem with our family is that people they like pushing the button, like, and it's all of us. Like, you see a button.
So actually,
thing,
I was gonna get to that, right? And be like, I think like growing up with brothers only, and also like
even,
our
like, mom is
parents
like
as
that.
well.
Yeah, mom and dad are like.
People in our house are very annoying. I'm not like annoying. Like I'm not
Is it
wait.
you saying
Wait,
Nah,
wait.
nah,
Don't act like you're not
don't
annoying.
act like it.
bruh. Not annoying like not like annoying like annoying, but like people love to tease each other.
Yeah.
And people wait until like you
It's the
just
very
before you
moment.
break. Just before you break, they're like, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
Sometimes they'll keep you on that line. They'll just keep you there. So it's like they'll just keep you there the whole way.
Like they'll get close. Then they're right on the line. It's like being at a border, right? Like imagine like being at Kariba, if you've ever been to Kariba. Like the border is the dam wall, right? It's like the road. And it's like people are just running on the dam wall. And like they'll get like right by the Zambians and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
And they walk back
Hey,
and they're like, hey.
Relax,
Exactly.
bro.
And they're like, hi,
Shout
chill.
to-
You're like, hey, chill.
Relax, bro. Like, why you getting triggered? Why you getting triggered? bro?
That's his favorite line. Because he'll make you get triggered. You're like, I know. He goes, hey, lower your voice.
You always talk like this.
Yeah.
You always talk like this.
People gaslight. If
It's
you ever,
chaos.
guys, please send help. Please send help to me.
Nah.
So no, that is true though. Shame. Yeah, no. But yeah, in terms of annoying each other, like, I think that's something that we actively do on purpose though. Some
Oh
more
yeah,
than
no. There's
others.
sometimes I'll see Mako with a bad day. I'll be like, alright. I mean, it's time to strike. Off the call bar. My dad will choke. Guys will be like, everyone jumps on it. They're like, oh, dad, you can't be saying
Listen,
that.
of everyone in the family, the person who chokes the most, choping by the way is mispronouncing words. But like sometimes it's like a bit hectic, right? We as humans, we all do it. But sometimes like we just tease him for the sake of teasing him. So there's one word that he once said that got everyone going. The word is runks, right? A runks is a Toyota Runix. But he said runks. Do you remember that?
Oh.
People had him. It got to a point where he was like, oh no, guys, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Hey, he got that.
Oh, that's
I got that.
That's
No, I got
even
that.
I remember this one. I think
Love
it was
that,
Tadi
man.
was here. I
Love
can't
that.
remember where. We went on a road that I won't disclose that we're living on. I'm not to say that because on that road still right now. Right. So back in the day, the boys didn't have Wi-Fi, right? I think Wi-Fi was like new. I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Oh my goodness. Guys, I was young. I was young. I was young.
So these guys,
No.
these geniuses,
We
right?
just moved houses.
Yeah,
So the Wi-Fi
Don't
of
blame-
where we stayed before
yeah.
hadn't
Oh, we didn't have.
we
didn't have
hadn't
the
been
new one.
connected yet.
Yeah,
Like
we
they
had
hadn't
this
connected
full
it
one. It
yet.
was like 5 bonus or something.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
on the
yeah,
old thing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
before I started working,
Before, yeah.
we were just taking
Yeah.
a walk.
No,
Yeah.
the boys used to steal Wi-Fi. That's what they used to do.
So sometimes we used to just go to walk for the sake of going.
Gee.
Yeah,
I didn't wanna
he's
say
trying to be PC.
Can I say this, Adam?
No, you can go on.
So one of my brothers, I won't say who, but I think it was this one. So we were looking for the Wi-Fi, whatever. This one was like, Talone. Where's the Talone?
He's like, hey, which
Hey,
one
which
is
one's
called Talone?
Talone? Which one's Talone? Bro, I
Guys.
haven't laughed that much in such a long time.
For context,
Tell them.
Oh,
Talone
Talone is...
it's Talwan. So if you're in Zim, you know Talwan. So he's there reading because they're like names, and he goes, Talone. Which one's Talone? So we're both like, what you talking about? What you talking about? And he's like, guys, I'm looking for Talon.
Dude.
We're like, what are you talking about? Then he's like, Talon. Then we both read. We're like,
It is
you
what it is,
almost.
man.
To be fair, I remember that day he started chasing us, and we had to run away.
This guy used to be so
because,
aggressive.
I think that's why Tasi is so fast. Because he had to run away from people.
Another thing I used to do
Like-
in grade 5, because I wanted to be a professional athlete like when I was younger, like so much. So when we got dogs, this other house we were living, I actually have so many stories.
Story time with the boys.
Okay, so we had this like it wasn't like a drill, it was like a section. It wasn't like a drill wall, but it was maybe.
Oh yeah, no, it was like a parking.
I'll say
It
like
was
two.
a-
I'll say like 2 meters.
What?
Like how high the thing was. How high.
Oh yeah, it was like the garage section.
Yeah, and me at that time, dude, I used to play my dogs 24/7. I love this dog. I've been around them all the time. So I'll be outside, right? So I used to have a motorbike. So I'll either be cycling or I'll be like
A
just
motorbike.
sorry,
Bicycle.
English ones.
It's called
English,
a bike.
English.
It's called
It's
a-
Afrikaans. It's the Afrikaans.
Anti-
It's the Afrikaans.
Motorbike is
It's the
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans. No. I'm saying like just mess up my English, jargon, my language.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
you've been
okay.
there like how long? 4 months?
He's been there like 4 months.
It's been 4 months. It felt like my whole lifetime, bro. Anyway, so that's the war, right? So I used to run around the house. The dogs would chase me. Right. Then I had a race with the dogs. So I'd run around. I'll beat the dogs. Then I'll jump over the drill. Run around. Then I'll step them.
That wall.
Come round. Yeah. I'll jump over it. So I'll go wow off because there's like little things you can step on. And I used to do that like multiple times throughout the day.
You look at him like he's capping. I don't know.
Oh, it's just a greasy wall.
Yeah.
That's all.
I
That's,
I say a lot. That's how I used to play with my dogs, and yeah, I think it's actually that helped me getting more fit. 'Cause I was never like in grade 3 I wasn't that fast. Then grade 4 I got fast, and grade 5 was over.
So it's because of Alcy and Ace. Our dogs are called Alcy and Ace.
I'll see an ace. I named them. Wait, can we get like comments? Like, can we get comments for like, do you rate those names? Also,
Like,
Hey, look at him getting into his YouTuber bag.
Oh,
Can we get comments? Can we-
Can we get
Okay, so
comments,
if you like
bro?
the names Alcy and Ace,
yeah,
spelled ALSCI for Alcy, and Ace is, well,
It's-
ACE.
yeah.
you say
Yeah.
I'll see with an A.
Nah,
Like,
it's like
starts with
E.
an A.
Yeah.
Starts with an E.
Starts with an E.
I
You
named
guys
them.
spell it with an E.
I named them.
You spell Elsie with an A.
You don't say Alcy, say Alcy.
Say Elsie. Oh,
It's an E, bro.
classical.
Yeah.
That's these dogs for like 9 years.
You've been
Yeah,
spelling our dogs' names for 9 years.
For 9 years, because everyone always tells me a day doesn't go by without they remind me they're my dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He mostly feeds the dogs, to be fair. So
Hey, say you don't feed them. Don't talk about it.
fine.
Say you don't feed them.
next question.
And the next question, let's go.
I'm not warm. I'm not warm.
He was so nervous before he started.
I
The one thing that I will say about lastly about the whole annoying thing is, I think there's some people who are like easier to annoy, and it can be very entertaining. Like, yeah. And the thing is about Tadi, right? Like, and sometimes you're not even trying to annoy him, but because you see that he's annoyed, you're like, oh, I wasn't even trying. I was being nice. Now let me show you what annoying is.
I'm sorry, but I think this thing we actually need to stop it. No, I'm telling you, because there's sometimes
Intervention. Thank you.
sometimes, even random people, someone will tell me not to do something. And I'm like, okay, G. I'm like, watch me, bro. I'm like, G. Watch me, G.
It's like bed. Now it's my time to shine.
I'll do whatever I can to annoy that person. I'm not making my mission.
Okay, cool. So one of the things that I also want to talk about, like, is what is your okay, we'll start off with like what you don't. Hold on, why is it stopped? Like, is it still recording?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It looks like it's recording. No, it's recording. It's recording.
Can you go check?
Alright, let me check. Let me check.
I think it just stopped. If it stopped, just stopped.
Oh no, it's recording. Save. No, it's just that like the waveforms have gotten smaller, but it's still recording. No, I was gonna say so we've mentioned that we've got like different memories and all these things, but like how do you like when you gonna get a bit
This is annoying, man.
This is the part that Tasi's like, and I'll cry. What do you appreciate most about you look like you're ready to change.
No, I don't like this. I don't like this the most. I think out of everyone here, I actually don't like this the most, like at all, bruh. I don't. Anyway, go on.
How do you feel about like being brothers with me? What do you think?
With you specifically.
No, with me, and then you go to Tadi, and then Tadi will do, and then I'll do.
Can I just like step outside?
Mako
then,
was like-
then you can call me after.
No, be a man, bro. Man.
I'm confused.
Does it look like we're laughing? Does it look like we're laughing?
It's not funny. Tadi, the jokes, bro.
Come on. We need to know when to be annoying.
Stop
and
it.
stop
Stop
it.
it.
No,
Hey,
stop it.
Tadi,
No,
no,
stop it.
Tadi.
Stop it. Sorry for him disturbing you. Go ahead.
I think for me, Marco's always like, no matter what, I don't think there's anyone in the world he can do this to me. Like, you know what? Marco can always make me smile. I don't know how he does it. Like, I'll have literally the worst time of my life. I'll be in the pits because I don't know. Something about me is that I'm either very happy or I'm in like the right? And
Yeah.
Mako always just gets me to like smile. Like he's the one person who did, and he's always in his advice times. I only go to him with serious problems, and I go to him. He's always giving me like the best advice of my life, like influential advice. So yeah,
I wasn't ready.
he's someone who I can rely on all the time, and I know that if there's anyone who like loves me in this world, I know Mako does. So yeah,
Tadi loves
then
you.
extension. I'm actually done.
Oh, fuck.
Then extension, and an extension. Tadi, like obviously, like me and Tadi are 3 years apart. So when Marco was going,
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Me and Tadi like we've always been like together basically, like because it's 3 years apart. So again, most of our stuff, like if Tadi was like, let's go play outside, I'll be like, let me go play outside. I remember, especially when I was like younger, this guy was like my biggest role model, like in the world.
Wow.
I remember.
Relax. I held the title. Can you leech with me? A reigning world champion for several years, and then now you're coming at me like this.
That's right.
Nah, bro.
I remember when I was
Yeah.
younger, when I was I think maybe 3 or 4. You know how people always like ask you as like a joke. I think it's like jokes because there were people when they're 3 or 4 and they tell you what they actually want to do. Everyone goes like, "Oh, okay." And then behind the scenes, they'll be like, "Watch until he gets older." His dreams are gonna die, bro. So I think it's a trap. Yeah, people. so
Don't choke now.
Sorry.
So yeah, so I used to. So me personally, in my life, I've always looked up to my dad. Like, and that's a trait that's always gone through. Right? So when I was younger, 3 or 4, I'd always go like, oh, I want to be just like my dad. Like people ask me, I say, just like my dad. Then I remember this one day, someone asked, and then Tadi was like, I don't know, I think it was like when Tadi, remember that time when Tadi had jam, and then he thought I was gonna give him like Usain Bolt speed. And someone likes him. That's one of his friends likes him. Yeah, but then Tadi said that he wanted to be an athlete.
Yeah.
And then from that day, I was like, oh, so we want to be athletes. And since then, like, that's what made me actually want to be an athlete for so long. That was the decision I made. Then I just stuck with it for a long time. And that decision actually helped me learn so much that I don't think I could have. I think I would have learned eventually, but I think I would have learned at such a later time in life. So yeah. So again, that's just a side story. But yeah, this guy genuinely, like, he loves me. He's fought for me a lot of times, and he helps me. He doesn't like to show it, but like I know that yeah.
Tadi's really soft, guys. Tadi likes to act like he's a hard one, but he's really soft.
Yeah.
He'll be annoyed, then you just see him do whatever has to be done.
But yeah, okay. Last thing, because I feel like I'm talking for too much, but yeah,
Yeah.
genuinely, like, I couldn't ask for like brothers who just look out for me more than these two look out for me. So yeah, I just very much appreciate them.
Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Yeah,
Anytime.
you're welcome.
Just anytime.
I don't even just take the compliments.
Yeah,
I said you're welcome.
doesn't know how to be calm.
Every
time, Zungu. Ah.
Leave me alone.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
That's really tweez. Love you too, bro.
Is it
Not
my
getting
turn?
emotional, okay?
You know, the other time I tried to hug him and then he's like, "Eesh, bruh."
Because if you get that, you start crying. On it. Just say bye. This is the man. Bye. Let's move on after that.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah, tell you.
No, I think being in the middle is very interesting because I have to be a bigger brother and then I'm still a younger brother. So it's like just different.
Do you have like younger, like middle child syndrome?
No.
No, because your parents were both middle children.
So
I think he's more spoiled than both of us.
He is.
He is, right?
What, me? You
Yeah.
think I can
Yeah,
get away with it?
yeah,
Yeah.
tons.
He's the
Because
most
they always
fun
like, no, we were middle children, so you know how it feels. And then what? Just they like, bruh.
No,
Yeah.
like especially my mom. Mom spoils.
Even dad, bruh. Just they like, on.
No, but dad's more like, you know, the thing is, right, dad is more like, he's more like fair with it. Like maybe behind the scenes, maybe I don't see it. Mom will be like in front of me.
It's just because I know how to talk nice. Anyway.
Okay.
So
That's letting this one be going to work. I know how to talk nice. Sorry, go.
I'm an older brother and a younger brother, so it's just very interesting and the different dynamics that you have with like the two of them. I was joking around and say my trauma story from back when Mako was like 18 or whatever. But I do remember for me, the biggest thing was always Mako was like my first benchmark or the person that I could just try and beat. So
They try and beat.
Well, I
I was until the end, bro. I was like, Bench was like, oh, that's so small. They try and beat.
No,
I'm like,
yo,
bro, can't take a compliment, can't give a compliment, bro.
Thank you for setting a good example, Mako.
No.
So
It's like
anyway,
something I can step on.
Yeah, and like, thank you for building a ladder. No.
no, but it's good. It's good for you to be able to have like someone who sets something for you and then you come after. It just makes the road much easier. And so like even like going out and stuff, you're the first one who has to deal with the rents, and then I come after and it's
Yeah,
like,
they're quite lenient, but I
yeah,
get
I
you.
know,
Yeah,
but I
get
mean
you.
you're the first one. So then
Going out, we can go and talk.
Some of it is
anyway,
your fault though.
yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, so like yeah, it's so I have Mako on one end like setting up. I have Mako on one end setting up the benchmark. Then I have Tasi, who I'm also trying to like put a high mark because I've seen Mako put a high mark, so I want to put a high mark for Tasi to chase onto a high mark. So it just like pushes all of us up forward, and I think Mako. I guess an underrated skill or like the one biggest thing about Mako is that he's very much a people's person. That's something that I feel like, I don't know if I'll reach that mark. I'll give you that. But yeah, like he's a very big people's person. And then Tasi just like, it's very interesting. I see some elements of myself within Tasi in terms of like his dedication. I think now it's kind of superseded me because I've become a little bit lazy.
I think
But Tasi is definitely like
I think
hella
your dad.
dedicated.
So in the last episode, Dad is like, and I think that's so dope because that's very true. If Tasi tells he's gonna do something, he is going to do that thing, and it's so funny because I think my dad said in the last episode, but like, Tasi woke up in grade 6, and I remember it was grade 6. I remember the house. I remember everything. And he just woke. I think it must have been grade 6.
Remember the house?
And he just
span.
I think he must have been grade 6, grade 5, grade 6.
Grade 6.
He just woke up one day and was like, "Watch, I'm gonna pass school. I'm gonna be so good at school. Just watch." And like after that day, like he's just like, so the day that he decides to do something is so tunnel vision. So even like he's been here like on holiday and stuff. The guy literally is like, "I'm working on this," and he's working whatever he's working on, and like you'll see him at, I won't say what it is. But,
Oh, I was gonna say something else. Oh, so I told people. I don't want to flex now.
Hey, go on.
Okay.
say it, go on.
Junior, go on.
So before I left uni, because this break I wasn't planning on working, so I was like, okay, I need something to like push myself towards. I wanted to see I wanted to push myself to the limit, and the only thing I could think of was, okay, I'm gonna. So my goal was to be able to run 10Ks easily, like relatively easily. So I started running every day, and then I ran the 10Ks, and after that I felt like it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So now I need to find something else.
15.
No, next time I'm gonna work.
15.
Huh?
15.
15.
I'm not trying to.
15. You know, I was.
Oh, you know what? Like when I used to run,
Yeah.
I was now averaging like my 8Ks a day.
8Ks a day.
Yeah.
I'm not
a runner.
And that's not me.
I don't like long distance. I don't really like that. I can't.
I'm not on this running thing.
He's lazy.
Nah, goal setting. I can't lie. Goal setting. I'll say I got it from Tadi. I can't lie. No, not I got it from Tadi, but like I think, there are times in life where for me, I remember this.
It's not
Okay.
your turn.
Gee, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
No, it's not
one
your
more.
turn. No, it's not your turn.
Okay, Tadi.
I'm just joking.
Rev.
I remember. I don't know what Tadi he was training for. I can't remember, but he was running in the morning, right? And I remember it was like the backup box. I can't. That's spades.
It was for rugby.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it was for
yeah. But I remember he. I don't know. This guy also like he used to force me to do stuff. I remember. I don't know why I started running, but I think he forced me. All I know was I was dying, bro. Like I was behind. I was like, oh, I can't do this. And he literally he would stop for me, and like he didn't have to. And I recognized he didn't have to. He could have just left me, and he would literally like just say, "Tasi, we're going," and like he would push me, and that has very much been installed in me that okay, once we start something, we don't quit. We just keep on going.
Sorry, Junior, go on.
That's. Am I supposed to
Did you
say
say
four?
for Tasi?
Yeah, I
didn't say
I
anything.
still go-
I know I'm sure. Not deep.
Bear yourselves. No, okay,
Yeah.
being an older brother to Tasi.
Oh yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah, I said like, but it's also very It's been good, man. It's been good. I like the relationship that we have built so far. It's like entertaining, and I know also when he's annoyed and can also just come in and annoy him a little bit more. Yeah.
Get out of my room! Get out of my room!
It's really funny.
You mean like
sometimes.
right now? Right now,
Yeah.
dude. I said get out. Just close the door.
Yeah.
You want me to close this door? This one right here. Are you sure? Oh, okay.
But no,
But no, I really.
Nah, you're
because
sure.
of you.
Nah,
I feel like my roommate owns that. Owns.
What if he watches this?
I don't care. You should watch it. I do not care, bro. I'm
You should
gonna
watch
send
it.
him
you
the
should
link.
watch it.
I'm gonna send him the link, bro. And watch this. This is how I really feel, man.
No,
I'm
but
fucking
shit.
roommates. Actually.
I also like that Tasi sometimes has been the more mischievous child, because it gets me to be able, one, to get off the hook, two, it also gets me to be able to like bail him out sometimes, and I like that. Just so that, but he
The
must.
amount of times you have to bail this guy.
thing is, I don't think I was made for like a
For
box.
what?
I was made for. I'm
Ah,
an out of the box type of guy.
You don't even
Listen,
have a box.
No, listen.
I'm a
He doesn't even have to.
You're
I'm a sporadic man.
Anyway,
I can't lie,
it's
I'm a
okay.
sporadic- you know,
Let's-
boss was
let's-
saying, I'm a
ask the next
sporadic
question.
boy. I'm a
Ask-
sporadic
Anyway,
boy. I'm a
no,
sporadic boy.
I'm not gonna say for you guys as well. I think like for it's like what, left or right, who wants me to start?
Start.
Make it start either
Anyway,
way.
bro.
Who wants me first?
Either or.
No,
Why you trying to
kids.
make it a competition?
We're not out here about it. What's your god? Like genuine.
Anyway, so
Ah.
leash. So I'll just start with Tadi. I think with I think I've got like lots of memories with both of them. I think some of the things I remember about Tadiwa is Tadiwa can read, and Tadi used to read a lot, like a lot. I remember when Tadi was 7, he read First Samuel, Second Samuel, First Kings, Second Kings, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles for fun. Like you'd be like, there'll be electricity, like people will be doing like those stuff. I'll be there playing with Tasi, and you're like, where's Tadi? I'm like, because sometimes like you play like the two of you and someone else is doing whatever they're doing. Then other times you play like the three of you. So it's like we could be playing together. Like, hey, want to play another game? Like, but that game requires the three of us to be there. So I'll be like, don't worry, stay. Let me go look for Tadiwa. You go look for Tadi. This guy is on his bed reading his Bible. And I'm like, in my head, I used to think like, why? And Femi's like, no, like it's cool. Come listen to the story. I'm like, bruh. And like I think I always liked that, like your hunger to like know detail and know things and to read to know more about stuff. I think yeah, for me, I like to know about stuff, but I used to have specific things I wanted to know about, but now I think it's helped me grow like my horizon and know a bit more. But in terms of also just I guess our relationship is, I think the older so when we're younger we're very close, and I think like high school, maybe the latter part of high school, there was like some tension, and then I think coming back from uni has been like, when I came back, that was very like, I think we both had matured quite a bit as well. So like it's actually really cool. Like you can now, I tell him let's go do stuff together. In the past, I'd leave him behind.
Yeah, to be fair, he actually does take me.
I'm like, hey
a
yo.
lot of
So sometimes he's like, bruh.
excursions.
Yeah, he'd be like, bruh. I'm like, hey, we're going. He's like, earn. I'm like, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. He's like, fine. So now like I'm like I take him along. It's quite nice. And then also with Tasi, like I think with Tasi, like he said, I'd always like to carry him and hold him because he was born when I was 6, and I vividly remember my dad saying to us, like, because we lived in
A different
another
Location.
we lived in another like place, and I remember my dad getting home saying, hey guys, get changed, we're gonna go see the baby. And we're like, and I was so gassed because I remember I don't know if Tadi remembers or not, but we're both boys.
It was 3.
Yeah, we're boys. So when my mom was pregnant with Tasi, we would like pray and say, Lord, we pray that that the baby's a girl. And then Tasi was
I'm
a
sorry.
boy.
Nah,
From day one. From day one.
out the jump, out the jump.
So we used to pray and be like, Lord, may the baby please be a girl. La 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 la. Then we got another brother and I was like, well, okay, I guess. No, but like for me, I remember that vividly because for me, he was always just like, I always have seen him as like my baby brother. That's how I saw him for like a very long time. That he's like, you know, like I don't even know like there are no words to describe it. But like, that's how I've always seen him, and I think it's always been nice because, like he says, Tasi can, whenever he's a bit low or he's a bit annoyed, it's nice to see Tasi smile. Tasi's got a nice smile.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
He does. So I think the house is always nicer when everyone's happy and smiling.
Yeah.
So try my best to get that. But Tasi is also just he actually cares. Tasi cares. Tadi and Tasi, they both care. Whether you know it or not, they actually do care. Sometimes, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes they'll be like, Jack. Then they still do the thing.
Yeah, because
And
like I said,
Because
I'll still
what's
get
the
you in a
fun in
rush.
saying
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, the thing is, you'd be in a rush and you ask me if something like the gate or something like Jack. Just want to see him stressing.
Actually, you do that as Spanish off.
It's annoying. You do it, but you're just like, bruh. But I also do remember driving back from like, I think my whole upper 6th year, I would drive from school to go pick him up and then we'll drive back home together. And I do remember like the one time the police stopped us because I think I didn't have reflectors for the car. And so they stopped us and they made us park inside the road. And I was like, fine. So I switched off the car. I think and then they're like, mfana, unenda kuchikoro kune vanhu vane mari. I was like, bruh, mari akapera school fees. In other words, you go to school with people who have money. And I was like, dude, the money finished in the school fees. I don't know what you're talking about, right? And then he's like, so so just so that they let us go, I'll tell Tasi. I think it happened 2 or 3 times. One was because of my spare tire didn't have pressure. The other one was because of the reflectors. Then the other one, I think they're just looking for things and they couldn't find anything. So every time we get there, I'll just park the car, switch it off, and I'll tell Tasi. So they'll keep coming back every like 2-3 minutes to see how far, right? And sometimes, you know, won't say too much. But then, because they would want more than just sometimes. So I'll tell Tasi, take out your book, start doing homework. And then he'll be like, but I already did it. I was like, so act like you're doing homework. So get out, he'll start writing, like, looking like he's doing homework. And they'll be like, I've did your homework. And I'm like, hey, and my parents at work. So yeah, I'll get your homework because so that when you get home, because you don't know what time we get home, there's no problem. And they go, fine, go. So it was like a nice, but yeah, those are some of my memories together. And I think sort of lastly, as we come to the end of the episode, I think this one's been nice. It's been nice, huh? It's been nice. Time's been going by.
Lots of laughter.
Yeah.
I've had enough questions, bro.
Can't not enough questions.
Fire up,
bro.
What do you not like about Gaga? But
I don't like
Gaga.
that question.
Not what do you not like, but maybe not so much what do you not like, but what is something that like the other one does that you're like, bruh.
I thought we were gonna ask about dates.
No. Why always that?
What do I?
What do you like? You're like, bruh, like,
I want to
like, we might have to bring you for another episode.
I actually want to. You know that I just want to be there on the Zoom call on later.
But yeah.
Nothing much really. Like I don't have. You're just annoying sometimes. That's about it. But like we say, we try.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say one of my like favorite memories. Let me add it in like for like in terms of like Tadi and I lately has been the fact that there was a period when Tadi's car wasn't working for about 3 weeks, and would drive to work together. So because I drive past Tadi's workplace on the way to like where I work.
Yeah.
So. Because his car wasn't working. Initially, like, I just got to a point where my parents were like, dude, go with him. So, like, we went together to work for, like, 2-3 weeks, and I'll drop him off at work, and then I'll go. And then if I finish, and then he's still there, I'll pick him up, or he'll get picked up by someone else. So, Tadiwa doesn't talk in the morning. Tadi doesn't talk.
He's not a morning.
He's not a morning person. He's definitely not a morning person. So it was very entertaining because, like, I don't know if he's like a car that needs to be heated up or what, but like, you be with Tasi, if you drive anywhere, anytime, the whole time, it's just talking, it's bands, it's jokes, it's conversation, it's music, it's whatever. With Tadiwa, to get to work, it takes roughly 12 to 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to get to his workplace, right?
About 15 in the morning.
From home. But the drive to work, Teddy is just quiet. Teddy doesn't talk. He's just quiet. Halfway through, and I'm telling you, that specific, I can even tell you, I'll tell you after so they don't know the reason. We don't need people congesting our secret roads.
I think
we don't need people congesting our secret
I
roads.
think a different thing.
But at exactly 7 minutes into the drive, between 7 to 8 minutes in the drive, Teddy starts talking. And then he won't stop talking until you get to work. But for the first 7 minutes, you'd be like, hey, what's up? What are you doing at work today? Like, you're like, okay, like, do you have clients? Are you going something? He's like, nah. And then you're like, okay,
Can I actually
cool.
tell you?
I know. Then you go, like, you've got rugby later. He goes, yeah. You're like, so I'm trying to make conversation, get things going, understand more about what's going on in his life. He goes, eh. And then 7 minutes in, so as you're asking about the rugby, so actually, let me show you my plan. Why didn't you say earlier? But with Tasi, be like, oh, what are you cheering about rugby? Let me show you.
Sit down. Let's
shame. Okay, so yeah.
Half of the reason is because I probably was late, so I'm trying to like settle down into the car. Because half of the reason why I won't talk, like part of it is also
even
like,
when you turn around.
It's just,
but like,
it's just a thing, bro.
I don't know.
Like,
It's whatever.
How I'm gonna end it off, I guess, for us is I'll ask you guys if you have one more thing you want to say, but I'll just say this. Yeah, the one thing I do want to say.
Like 5 questions.
Questions, come on.
No, I don't have 5 questions. That's not one of those kind of podcasts. What I do want to say is, I think one of my favorite things about being your older brother has been getting to support you. I think that's something that I've really enjoyed.
Very supportive.
Like I remember going to, I remember those days with like Lemmy and Tadi would be playing like at Rizawi, and we'll go to Rizawi when they were in junior school to watch them. Like they didn't go to Rizawi, but they'd have things at Rizawi, and you go like watch them. Or like I'd know like, okay, Gateway, there's this thing going on, so I'll go just to like support Tadi or Tasi. I remember even like like sports. So even like when I finished, I remember he was in Form 1 when I had finished. So I remember he made the Zim rugby team. Hey, also made Zim ads. Fastest 400 meter run in your age group last year. What you talking?
No, I was actually at some point I was the fastest under 18 in Zim, and then once this came for my time. I couldn't keep that 100 meter out of it.
But you had the 400 meter one.
Yeah, no, 400 was mad.
That was the unlock.
No, that no one can touch me.
Yeah. But like all that to say, I remember like Form 1 going to South Africa to watch him play rugby, and actually like going to like it was at Bloemfontein. Yeah, watching him, supporting him, being with him, and then like leaving him at the end of the day, and that was nice. Even for Tadiwa, like even though like his final year of rugby was a bit difficult. I remember even the year before, I'll be like watching online and like just like trying to support where I could when he's got a game. Shame, I don't think I told you that, did I?
That you're watching online?
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, yeah. Anyway, yeah, but like I support where you can, try encourage people. Sometimes people be low and you're like, no, it's okay, you can do this. And I think that's one of my favorite things. Like I think we generally try to support each other in whatever we do. So like Tadi, when I did this podcast, Tadi actually used to be like, hey, send me the link. And then he'd be like, dude, you didn't send me the link. Tadi doesn't generally like to do things for people, but he'd be there trying to share with people and all that sort of thing. And Tasi even would be like, hey, the podcast was Mal. When's the next item? And that sort of thing. Tasi walking past his room and hearing the podcast wasn't a surprise. Hearing his, it was. But last quick fire one. We've all been apart. We've all had periods where we live 2 at a time. So right now it's sort of you and I because he's away, and you've had a period where it was just you and Tadiwa because I was away. Tadi's the one who hasn't been away, but he's been away for like work stuff, and there've been moments where like we're together for like 2 weeks. Do you think you miss your siblings during that time, or it's kind of like breather? and then you miss them later. So for example, when it's like 2 weeks without tattoo, it's kind of like, right? But like for example, if it's like long, it's kind of like, where's that on? And then gaga.
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I miss someone when they're not around. But I do think the
Then they're coming
dynamic changes when it's just the two of you,
It does.
as compared to
You're
when
forced to be
it's
friendly.
3 people.
You can't annoy people as much because they're like,
There's
I've
no
got-
gang,
I've got-
bro.
It's like I've got no one to back me.
There's
So
no
you'll be there like,
gang.
let's annoy Tasi, and then you're like, I can't annoy him on my own.
Yeah.
It's like
It's not
I'm
as
just
fun.
but you know there's like teasing and then
Laughing
there's
by
bothering.
yourself isn't G.
No.
No, because I'll
Yeah.
be making fun of him by myself. Like,
Yeah.
He's laughing, bro.
If anything, you're now bothering him. You're like, I don't want to bother someone.
doesn't
I just
feel
want to
right.
like tease.
Now it's
him.
a bit serious.
Yeah. Now it's a bit like, hey, Leech. What's going on?
Why are you adding me? Bro?
Okay,
Stop
so for
it.
you, like you say that,
Yeah,
like, you don't really.
So
miss
for me,
people
it's
as
not.
much.
Yeah, it's not that I.
I get you.
Opposite
It's like
of
things
yeah,
are just happening.
Yeah,
so
it's
calm.
because like there's for me though. I've never been by myself. So at least for you guys, you've been to uni and there's been periods where it's just you at uni. Tasi's also just at uni by himself. So I've never been like completely by myself. There's always been Tasi was there when you were at uni. Now you're back. Tasi's at uni. So for me, yeah, it's just like the dynamic definitely changes, and I do miss like certain elements of the other person when they're not there.
You say he misses you.
But for the most part, life just keeps going, and then
Yeah.
the other person comes back and changes dynamic, and I'll say it's more fun when all three of us are around. That's what I can say.
Cute.
Yeah.
Less dishes to do. I'll fact. That was deep, bro.
That's when I knew I was in the mood. Oh, God, Jack. I was netting dishes like, I was like, Jack.
And for you, Tasi, ga.
Sorry, what's the question again? Sorry.
How do you feel when like one person is missing?
I mean, for me, I think I'm very fortunate of like where I am, and that there's Tadi, like one of Tadi's best friends, Media's there. So I literally have an older brother there in Media. There's Yvonne, my best friend, his older brother is also there. So again, in him, Ishe, another one. Right, then we have David, who's also been like very much like he's taking care of me. Then there's Kyle, he's also taking care of me.
Kai,
And it's
shout
like,
out
so
Kai.
everyone, like all the guys in Zim, that if I left out anyone, they're probably not gonna watch. But I not anyone. But yeah, no, like all those guys, like all the guys that I know, it's very much like it feels like a family. And so again, I don't think, because yeah, they treat me like how you guys would treat me.
Yeah.
So it's not really much of a change. But definitely I do miss, like, that's the only thing like I like about Zim. I think I miss about Zim is definitely my family. If my family could come to SA for like every break, I wouldn't come back to Zim. I can 120% say that.
Anyway, I think for me, I miss moments with like people. So there'll be certain things where like so like I'll have something that I want to say, and I know that this is something that I'll talk about with Tasi, and like I walk towards them like he's not sure. Anyway, you know what I mean? Or like there's something that I want to talk about with Tadiwa, and Tadi's like gone away for work, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever, and keep it going. But I think in terms of like not so much missing, like think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. But there's definitely like an element of like, it's particularly when you hear that they're coming back, you're like, oh yay, they're coming back. It's like when I heard Tasi's coming back, I was like, yay. And then there's a period when Tadi was away for like work stuff, and I was like, every day on my own, every day. Then like it's like he's coming back, you're like, oh nice. So that's that. And
I'll
in
say
uni,
this.
I had
Can I say something?
I'll say this: it's
Yeah.
much more fun now that we're a bit older.
Oh.
Because like a couple of weeks ago, and even tomorrow,
Catch us tomorrow on the
No, it'll be out later.
Yeah.
But it'll be tomorrow. You know,
On Sunday, bro.
Yeah, basically, if it's like last game,
Yeah.
Tasi and I will be running on the field at the same time, which I think is kind of cool.
I think that is kind of cool.
Because like
Yeah.
to be
I
honest,
got a
it's
picture,
because
Video.
Kuzo and Jerry got to do it when they were in high school,
Yeah.
and I always thought that was so cool,
Nah, it's
bro.
fun.
Like jamming with your
But you guys
brother and
never
stuff
got
like
to.
that. Yeah, but we never.
Nah.
And dude, there was a chance last game. Tasi was calling for the ball, and I was a bit stingy.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
contact.
I would've-
I kept on thinking after that. I was like, I should have just
Make it right tomorrow.
No, the thing was, I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's one of
That
those
was
where you're just
sad.
like, if I just put it in the
Yeah,
air.
it's
Like,
Yeah.
cool.
so tomorrow, I'll try. I'll just like chuck it in the air. If he calls that and he doesn't get it, it's not my one. I'm not that bummed about like getting peeled.
But
at.
no, it's dope. Guys,
Tasi,
with
what
that
did you
being
just
said,
wanna say
I
something?
oh, your final.
I forgot.
You good now?
Wait, okay, G. Well, it's okay. We'll
you
drop
good.
in the comments. Drop in the
Whatever you wanted to say, you'll type it
I'll
out and we'll
type
put
out
it
the
in.
comments.
Yes, sir.
But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been an episode with my brothers, and thank you very much for watching the Middle of Podcast. This has been the Middle of Podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit the bell notification. And yeah, guys, please make sure to follow us on @TMiddleO Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook as well. Follow me at Mako_Cads, him at Tadi Cads, and him at Tasi.Kadzianike. I will put all their links to their socials in the description. And
Trying to make this seem.
otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching the episode. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.
Oh yeah.